It's a time for pick it from China. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to take a close look at the Mega Brick. But the Mega Brick looks kind of funny if you ask me. It's going to be going back into time because the brick games are like from the prehistoric time of gaming. But let's take a close look at this device. What are we going to get? Okay, so when it comes to this shape, I think it's the most weird handheld I've ever seen. Like in the last couple of years I'm doing these reviews. But the first thing I really like about it is it comes in this very nice cardboard box. Because when you're looking at most of the brick games, they're coming in the plastic sleeves and nothing else. So when it comes to collectible value, I think it's pretty cool. Well, we'll look at this device itself, how it looks like, how gigantic, by the way, the display is. I think this is like indeed a Mega Brick. I have never seen something like this before. And I mean, like, when you're looking at the way they basically made this, the shape, like, yeah, let your imagination go wild. Like, what the hell they were thinking there. So let's do a quick teardown later on in the video. But first, let's remove this freaking screw and we can open up the battery compartment. So the first thing I find it quite interesting that we have the option for a 3.7 volt battery. Of course the BL5C, that is old school Nokia battery, but also have the option for 3 AAA batteries. By the way, this is the first, let's say, brick game that actually has like a built-in battery option. So what we're going to get on the front, let's take a close look at that. We're going to get the D-pad or the 4 separate buttons. The button quality, it's okay. It got on a very long press, on and off sound. We're having here start, play and reset. And of course we're going to get the rotate button. So when it comes to the controls, there's nothing really fancy there. Well, let's see what we're going to get more. Inside the package we're going to get, of course, the battery that we're going to need. We're going to get ourselves the toilet paper manual. Let's see if it's even in freaking English, because so far I can see it's only in different languages. Can I even fold it open? Yeah. Ah, here it is. This basically explains how the device itself works. I'm curious if this thing will contain some more games or if this device only has Tetris inside. And of course we're going to get ourselves the micro USB cable because this thing has some more awesome features. For example, here we're going to get the micro USB option for charging the internal battery, and we're even going to get a headphone jack out. So when it comes to the features, I think this thing is quite deluxe, and this is indeed a very nice brick game. But of course it still has the tiny speaker at the back and the basic freaking sound. I never get like why they're putting an extra screw in it, because these things are not going to fall open. Alright, well, let's power it on. Put the switch at the side. Here I'm muted. Alright, so let's see what we're going to get over here. Here we're going to choose the different level. Here we can choose what kind of game, and we indeed have the option for the racing game. We're going to get the alleyway, kind of with Space Invaders. So when you're looking at the first generation back in the day, we didn't have like a lot of options when it comes to the games, but we do have them now. So let's start a couple of games just for fun, just to see how the games are. Let's start with the racing game. Okay, so all the sound effects are here. Doesn't make any sound when pressing the turbo button. But this is going back in time, man. This is going back in time. Alright, let's see what are we going to get with this part. And of course we're going to get the same Tetris games that we have seen before. Only this one looks way better. Do like the button quality itself. So that part seems to be working just fine. Why do I get the feeling I'm going to mess it up big time? Because I am messing it up. Always when I like playing this game, I cannot stop. Oh crap, I messed it up. Yep, I messed it up. Oh crap! But there is another option I just needed to show you, and it is quite unique because I think this is the only brick game that has it. So when you're turning it on, and you're going to press over here with the light up feature or the light bulb, it's basically giving you a backlight option. Okay, when you're pressing it once, you can turn it on, you can turn it off. But when you're turning it on, you can hold the button. And you can see like this thing goes super bright. Up till to the point it doesn't like is really comfortable. But I think this is pretty damn awesome. And this way we can just basically play at night. I think that's very nice. And then again, like this is one of the, I think that's the only one so far I can say like from AliExpress you can pick up that actually like have a backlight. Okay, so let's try the tank game. It's absolutely the same like all the other ones. Like if you're buying like a $2 one, you're going to get actually the same game. So I think it's a little bit of a bummer that they didn't put the extra effort for, let's say, adding some new games or some new features beside the backlight. I must say the position of the D-pad is absolutely not good because I'm cramping up my hands like crazy. It's not very comfortable. So the Mega Brick is absolutely mega cool because this thing has a lot of features packed in that you didn't see before. I did review a lot of these, let's say, brick games because I think it's like pretty damn cool to see these nostalgia pieces of tech back on AliExpress pages, but they still have some minor improvements that they implemented with this one. So let's do a quick teardown. It's only like removing a couple of screws. There are not even some stickers for like avoiding, or that you are like avoiding the warranty. Yeah, you know, warranty. Warranty, when you receive the package, you get 30-day dispute time, and that's it. Alright, so let's see. Let's remove the final freaking screw over here. And let's see what we're going to get in the inside, how they made it. Because that's always quite interesting to see how they're making these devices. Okay, so here are we going to get the PCB that... This is basically the PCB that we're going to get that communicates with the battery or giving the device the juice. Here we're going to get the speaker. It's your similar like mono speaker, nothing really fancy. They even like put some spacers in here, so they did some effort. The only downside is that we cannot really remove them. Everything has been soldered through like the main board itself. Here you can see this is basically the backlight function. Like look at the way how they made this. It's like they just added the wires on the LED itself. And there is nothing really fancy to see over here. Okay, so let's lift out the PCB. And what is quite interesting, the way how they made this. So first of all, what you're going to get in here, like this is the LED functionality that have been soldered straight into the main board. I need to be very careful because these wires will break very fast and very easy. So what they made, basically, like here you can see the contacts here for the display that is in here. And the first thing I'm noticing is like this thing is completely like also translucent, as you can see over here. And the reason why, because they added this special backlight unit that's basically falling behind it. So you can see like your normal typical like brick game movement, but that's it. Like they added some new features to it. Over here they're using the old school rubber membranes. The touch will work here with a spring. It's also kind of a weird situation. Something that I've never seen before. So when it comes to the brick game, it's absolutely a deluxe version. The technology behind it is not like super fancy, but they implemented some new things that I've never seen before. Most of them like cost like a couple of dollars, but this thing was quite expensive. But if you're into brick games, I think this thing is pretty damn cool. But let's put it back together, because it's time for the final conclusion. A brick game will be a brick game, and it's going to be old school tech. They made it a little bit more fancy with this model because of the backlight and the headphone jack. I really love brick games myself, and I find them really fun to play. This thing is not like I say the most, let's say, comfortable version I've seen before. It does have a backlight. I think it's pretty cool. Let me know in the comments what do you think of this. I want to thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit that little bell, become one of the Wicked family, and I will see you in the next video.